And that's number 51, Lee.
Burlington playing tough right now. 51's doing a good job clearing the ball out.
And a nice check.
34, Bobby School pick up the possession. Bring the ball over the net.
Number 34, School. Taking it behind the net. Number 25, Mahoney, flag down on Mahoney.
That's a push. Those 2 flags. They could call for 2 penalties.
So this should be an opportunity for Burlington to see if they can cut the lead.
You got a call for a 30-second technical push from behind. We'll see what else we have coming up.
Well, up comes number...
Burlington will be in the man-up situation. Andy got called for 1 minute with a slash. So Burlington will be man up for a while. Hopefully they can make the most of this opportunity. They're about 0 for 4, 0 for 5 right now on man up.
See if they can get something going, get the confidence on the man up.
Burlington isn't being well played right now in any sense of the game. They're just not putting the ball in the net.
Okay, ball's behind the net.
Bobby School possession. Swings it to Chris Madden on the wing. We're in a 1-4-1 situation, meaning 1 man up top, 4 in the middle, and 1 behind.
And that's Flanders up top, overdue.
Chris Madden was shot wide. Bobby School will pick up possession. Bobby School with the ball. To Chris Aronis on the wing. Aronis to Flanders.
Up top to Flanders. He's got to get this one. Nice play by the defenseman.
Play on situation.
We got a white offside.
We had Craig Flanders was playing with 1 hand on the stick. During lacrosse, you have to play with 2 hands on the stick at all times while playing defense. Penalties released. Once Austin brings the ball into the box, the penalty is released. Nice check by Pat Barry in the ground ball. He's just going to send the ball. He's going to clear it long.
Pat Barry's established his own clear today. Down to number 46, Joe McNeil.
Good job by Joe McNeil, the attackman, to come up with the ball.
That's it. You see if Burlington could get something going now. He's working the defenseman, number 51, Lee. A nice check.
There's a step on him now.
He maintains possession.
So when they help him on the slide. To Flanders up top. Flanders has the ball. To 55, Aronis. Coach Bevo is calling out a play from the sideline. Looks like an isolation play for Chris Aronis. Chris Aronis already has 1 goal earlier during the game. Shot high. Burlington being closest to the end line gets possession.
Will maintain possession.
John Hines starts off with the ball behind the net. Good defenseman by the Kevin Bevo is very pleased with John Hines' play. He's holding on the ball nicely. He's come along a lot since the beginning of the season. Again, remember, these kids are a lot sophomores playing against seniors and juniors. Future looks bright for Coach Bevo, huh, Steve?
It looks like he has the makings of a good team in the future, and hopefully during the end of the season they'll make some progress. But right now it appears to be all Austin.
Austin Prep gets possession. Burlington was in the crease, I believe.
And let's see how Burlington rides this clear.
Coach B was calling for an on-ride, meaning they're going to be pressuring the ball. But Austin got it up.
And it looks like it was an easy one here for...
Burlington got caught in the line change, look like this, Steve. I think they called withholding on that. I think that he thought the Austin player had his hand over the ball. So, junior defenseman Scott Emlack with a nice little clear over the attackman box to goal. Bobby School working his man on the outside. Coach Bevo calling out a play from the sideline. Bobby School wants to step on his man, a shot, angle. Oh, just shot wide. Not a bad scoring bid.
Segul did show some nice moves right there.
Very quick feet.
We have John Hines.
Hines out to Bobby Segul's brother. Brian has a shot on net coming up. Oh, in the air. Looks like they're not picking up on Austin's trick to be shooting on the ground.
Very important early to establish that bounce shot, Ted.
John Hines with the pass to Bobby.
A dangerous pass, but he maintains possession. And
Bobby Segul with the ball behind. To junior Michael Skelton. Calling out an isolation call again. He's going to take his man one-on-one to the net.
Oh, damn, that is
Spins to the right.
some tough defensive flag on the play.
The whole
Got to get the shot off.
Goal by
Goal.
Michael Skelton. I tell you, that was a big goal for the junior right there. Burlington needed that one bad.
A way to stay with it. He saw the flag and he made sure he got the shot off, what also got them the goal.
Unlike the penalty earlier, this penalty will not take place because it's a technical foul as a hold. If this penalty was a slash, a cross check, an unnecessary rep, this was something to that effect, the Austin defender would stay in the penalty box. 16.
Burlington goal by number 7, Michael Skelton.
It's nice to
Number
see
7,
Burlington get
Skelton
that goal.
with the goal.
See if we can
And
build
that
on
makes
it.
the score Austin 6, Burlington 2.
Is that a bounce
During the
shot on that,
third
Steve?
period.
Is that a bounce shot?
I think that was in the air. According to our cameraman, Greg Ganley.
I spotted Greg Ganley. Burlington native Jeff Caruso with the ball out on the left. Being shut down today by, nice poke check by Mark Giannoni. I tell you, Mark Giannoni's done a fine job on Jeff Caruso. Last time Burlington played Austin, Mark Giannoni wasn't in the game. He's just playing very tough defense.
Very aggressive defenseman. See a lot of good things here.
And he forced an errant pass. It was an excellent job by Mark Giannoni.
Okay, and hopefully Burlington can maintain the pressure.
Senior
We
crease
have the big
defenseman
man here.
Pat Barry on.
Of course, Hogan has put in a handful of goals so far this evening, so nice work up top.
Austin will retain possession. They were the closest to the end line off the shot.
I noticed that the defense is much more aggressive, Ted, than the last time I saw him play against Austin.
Even more so than in the second half. I think Coach Beal might have had a little talk to him during halftime.
And I think that's what they're going to have to do, is to apply the pressure and see if they can make Austin make some mistakes.
We'll have a line change coming up. Coming off the field for Burlington will be number 37, Brian Segul, number 55, Chris Aronis. A good job by the senior midfielders, huh, Steve? It was good defense.
Okay, number 66, Nelson. And he tries to slide a shot, but the defense was ready.
Aggressiveness by Pat Barry out on the wing. Giannoni and Barry are fighting and scrapping for the shot. Now we have a loose ball push on Burlington. Boston will retain possession.
Still like to see that, Ted. I think this Burlington defense has really come on the second half and keeping things a lot tighter. As you can see, I think...
nice check. Oh, he's going to call for a slash. Questionable call by the referee. It sounded like he got stick to me from here.
We got a 1-minute slash here.
Neither team has been very successful on the man up. Hopefully Burlington's man down will continue to play good, tough defense.
Okay, and let's see how Coach Bebo puts on the field.
He'll have the starting defense in there along with Mark Giannoni and Michael Skelton. Traditionally, the man down unit is the aggressive, hustling type that coaches usually like to see on the team. They'll try to keep the sticks up.
98 cutting across there.
Ooh. Oh, hit the crossbar.
That shot did have some...
A lot of zip on it by the lefty Caruso.
I would have liked to say wood, but you know, the sticks are made out of wood these days. And not too many we see on the field anyways tonight.
I think Burlington wouldn't mind, as long as they're shooting out there. Cosentino seems to be saving those from outside. There's a good scoring bid now. Nice save by Cosentino. Another shot coming up for Austin.
That's it, he's falling back into the zone.
Smart play by the defensive. Another shot.
Another off.
Cosentino's
So you got to like the
breaks Burlington's getting.
and again, Burlington seems to be falling right back into that zone.
Shot wide. I think there's 2 seconds left on the penalty. So a good man down for Burlington. Excellent job.
A few shots, but not the quality shot Austin would have liked to got.
Oh. As the penalty was just released, Austin scored. They played excellent on man down.
That was number 5, Wallace.
Score goes to 7-2 now. Tell you, it's tough to see that when Burlington plays such hard defense on man down.
Austin goal by number 5, Wallace. Number 5, Wallace with the goal. And that makes the score Austin 7, Burlington 2.
Midfielder Chris Madden will take the face-off. Burlington has an all-senior midfield lineup right now with Giannoni, Flanders, and Madden.
And again, the long stick being used at the face-off could potentially come up with some extra ground ball, so let's see what Burlington can do here.
Again, Coach Beaver was very pleased with these seniors, how they stuck with it through a very tough and long season. They made a...
Nice check.
Ball's down. But Burlington's playing some very aggressive defense. It's good to see.
Austin setting up at the top of the key.
Pat Barry playing defense on number 10, that's Wallace. He already has a couple.
And Barry showing some aggressiveness.
Good job by Pat
Way to
Barry. That's
stay
good
with
defense.
Okay. Burlington adjusting okay.
Nice save by
And,
Cosentino again. Looking for a midfielder breaking out.
Gotta get those attackmen up by the midline.
Oh, green push. Burlington will get possession. Big break for Burlington. The ball's been down their end for a while.
Winds up as a broken clear. It appears Burlington moving across field.
A nice play by Oh, ball went out of bounds.
And unfortunately,
Well, they're going to get a tough ride here, Steve, and keep the ball down their end. It's been down the defensive end for a while now. Attackman Mark Harrison and Joe McNeil seem to will be doubling the ball on the sideline. And John Hines will be splitting the difference on the right side of the field.
okay, so Burlington is double teaming the ball right now. You can see. And the Page is going to take it over the midline. So
Oh, nice play by Scott Emlack. Good hit, but a nice play again by
going to
the
fall
offensive
back in, and as you can see, he is. Going to pick up the ball. And wide shot.
Good hustle by Joe Cosentino, but Austin will still retain possession. Ball's behind the net. Oh, good job by sophomore Greg Beers. Todd Trucci with the ball. Working the ball, trying to get himself some room. Just try to clear the ball. Similar to icing in hockey. Try to get the ball out of their end. Tackman have to be coming up with the ball. Good ride going right now. Forced a bad pass, and Burlington looks... Oh, nice play by the Austin player. Scott Emlack with a nice play. Excellent defensive play. Pick up the ball.
Emlack taking it over midfield.
We'll give it the
Nice
attack.
work by the junior defenseman, and there's Hines. Cross the crease.
Oh, Joe McNeil just high of the net. Nice pass by John Hines.
So Burlington maintaining possession, and Hines working it around.
John Hines showing good stick ability in both hands. Got the ball checked.
A nice check by the defenseman, number 42.
Burlington's got called for slash.
Austin clears. And
Cut penalty coming up on Burlington. Slash by number 49, John Hines. Austin will go on the man up again. Hey, in order for Burlington to come back, they'll have to stay out of the penalty box.
I agree, Ted. It's going to be awful difficult to be playing man down and scoring a few goals to get themselves within striking distance.
Out in the man down unit will be Scott Emlack, Tom Del Solia, Pat Barry, Mark Giannone, and Chris Aronis. Although the offensive end is rather inexperienced, Burlington's defensive end is very experienced. Scott Emlack last year was a varsity defenseman, so was Tom Del Solia.
A couple of your teammates, in fact, Ted. Is that correct?
Yes, they were. Good aggressive defense. Austin's moving the ball around nicely. Skipped a pass.
Very dangerous pass up top. I'm sure the Austin coach wouldn't like to see.
Giannone's playing good square defense. Shot coming up. Ooh. Another bounce shot from Austin. A little dance for us, too. Looks like he's been watching solid gold.
Well, I think that penalty by Hines did cost him. Let's see if he can come back and get it back for him. As
Austin goal by number
98.
98, Sullivan. And that makes the score Austin 8, Burlington 2.
Austin comes up big on the face-off again.
you can see, it's really important to win that face-off. Getting settled across midfield or even on transition often results in a quick goal. And,
Pat Barry's over aggressive and I paid right there. Nice save by Joe Cosentino.
It's a good thing that Burlington's defense has been aggressive all night. A good part that they've had to play a good portion of the game, and they're on then.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Both lost that quarter 2-1. 8-2 now, the end of 3. Hopefully Coach Beadle can generate a little offense, maybe stop playing a little desperate lacrosse in order to get some goals in last quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen, with the score, Austin 8, Burlington 2.
Burlington's remaining games are against, I think they just have Winchester, or they have Winchester on May 20th. They have Masconomet on May 18th. They have Acton Boxborough on May 17th. So just 3 games left for this young Burlington team. I believe they have a record right now, 3-8 or 3-9. I'm not sure. I'll check on that right now.
I think that 3-8 figure might be correct, Ted. Dropping one recently to Bill Ricker. Who always fields an excellent team, a great feeder system. Over in Bill Ricker, I know Coach Bebo was trying to get a junior league going in Burlington. And that's basically what it takes.
In fact, one of the most well-respected coaches throughout the lacrosse community is Billricka's Coach Conley. And after a big win for Billricka, a huge win, he came over to the Burlington players and gave them a vote of confidence. He said they're a young team and they have very bright things looking in their future. He said he saw a lot of good things from them. He said they'll learn a lot and that they'll be around to contend in a couple of years. Starting on the fourth quarter will be senior midfielder Chris Madden, senior midfielder Craig Flanders, and senior midfielder Mark Giannone. Austin just been dominating the face-offs today. Caruso on a fast break situation dropped the ball.
2, 3, 4.
Chris Madden with a nice scoop, bringing the ball upfield.
7, 8, 9.
Weaved his way through 3 guys nicely. Nice clear by Chris Madden. We'll bring the ball into the box now. Switching hands nicely. Works it over the attackman, Mark Harrison. Mark Harrison, sophomore attackman. Has a step on his man slipped. Harrison with a shot. Nice save. Flag down.
Illegal check by the defenseman, senior defenseman Lee, to put Burlington on the man up.
For 1 minute. Hopefully they can generate some sort of offense right now. A goal right now would be big.
What do you expect Coach Bebo to call right now?
We'll see the alignment they're in. They'll start off, and it looked like he's going into the 1-4-1 situation. He was trying a couple man-up plays earlier. This is just a form of offense where the players can work the ball around so they find an open shot.
Of course, we see Flanders up top.
Flanders is known as Burlington Sniper.
Shots off earlier. But a nice shot.
Second goal by Chris Aronis, a nice shot. Another underhanded shot, the second one of the game.
Burlington wasting no time on the man up and putting one in.
That was a big goal, Steve. We'll go lead.
So, you know, anything's possible here, and another goal.
As demonstrated right there in Lacrosse, goals can come very quickly.
So again, the long stick out there, number 50.
So funny. It looks like someone.
Greg Beers.
Burlington goal by number 55, Aronis. Chris Aronis, number 55, with the goal. That makes the score Austin 8, Burlington 3.
I got a lot of credit.
Cross seems
An important face-off here, don't you think so, Ted?
I think it's a huge face-off. Austin keeps on coming up possession.
And Beers in there with the long stick, and again I said it would result in the ground ball, and let's see.
Excellent play by Greg Beers. Kept the ball in play. A very nice play by Greg Beers.
Okay, ground ball come up by Austin, and the clear over to midfield. Let's see what it...
Oh, he ducked under that hit right there.
Okay, so Burlington falling back into its defense. And we get a
nice check by Mark Strati. Mark Strati just hustling out there. Burlington's fourth defenseman who comes in. And I tell you, when he comes out there, he puts 100% effort.
Austin possession behind the net. Look for him to get back up to number 10, Hogan, and up top to the key. And see what the middies are going to do here.
23 with a nice spin move. Good defense by Bryant Segul.
I think he was the one who did the dance earlier. Is that right, Ted?
I think it might have been him. Mark Strati playing defense. Coach Dillon looks for good things for him in the future. He's plays nose guard for Burlington High School football team.
Looks like
Bryant Segul with the man playing, covering the man on top. Looks like
you do see a lot of two-way athletes, football and lacrosse, Ted. I know during my time that seemed to be prevalent. How about this team right here? You just mentioned one of the players?
Yes, I believe Burlington has three or four football players. They have Brian Segul, they have Mark Strati, they have the goalie Joe Cosentino, and they have Bobby Segul, Brian's twin brother, all football players. So 4 or 5. I think both Coach Beaver and Coach Dillon push for two-sport athletes. Makes, you know, these kids are here in high school. They're here to have fun and they're here to play sports.
Larry Joyce.
Loose ball situation down the Burlington end.
Lacrosse does involve a lot of athleticism and a lot of conditioning, and basically any field sport, including soccer. Because I know that both sports involve a lot of conditioning, so no lagging out here in the lacrosse field anyways.
See if Burlington can generate something quick right here. So score 7-3, Stephen, or 8-3? 8-3. 8-3, Austin.
Check on that 8-3, Ted.
Chris Madden with the ball up top. Tough defense by the Austin player. Looked like a loose ball push to me. Coach Beaver was on the sideline complaining.
And Austin changing up. Nice job by number 15, Tomaret. Maintaining possession and letting lines change. So Austin sets up down low, and let's see if we can maintain this aggressive defense that we've been.
31, Craig Flynn is on the man.
And
Caruso up the ball. It looks like a little... Freshman did a good job. Steve Uvanian against the 3-year varsity player, Jeff Caruso. He's a Burlington native. Said that a couple times. There's a ward off on green. Warding off is, as mentioned earlier, is using your free hand to push the defender away. Not legal in the sport of lacrosse.
so it appears he's got an L clear here. Ted, is that correct? A basic L clear?
That's what an L clear is. It's basically the defenseman form in the shape of L. They'll have 3 across and 1 up top, which looks like an L formation.
And pass picked up by number 4.
Joe McNeil has a 2-on-1 situation here.
McNeil.
Goal by Joe McNeil.
And that was nice hustle. We watched the clear, unsuccessful pass, but McNeil remedied that by picking up and showing some wheels and making his way to the net, and a nice shot, Ted.
An excellent play. He had the ground ball on the sideline. Ground balls are a very big part of lacrosse.
And as a junior, we can look to see a little more of that.
He's a returning varsity player also. We only have 8 returning varsity players out of 19.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Burlington win the majority of their games next year based on what the roster looks like, Ted.
Burlington goal by number 46, Joe McNeil. And that'll make the score Austin 8, Burlington 4.
So, there's a penalty right now in Austin Prep, I believe. Yes, they have 2 attackmen out. I didn't quite catch the penalty. But if Burlington get possession, they'll be in the man-up situation again. Another quick goal, this could be anyone's ball game. Big face-off of Chris Aronis, senior captain. No, they have to prevent Austin from getting in the box. The penalty is now released.
Nice check by number 20.
Mark Strati. He's playing a great game off the bench.
And I think you noticed that when the defensemen stay aggressive, they seem to get the job done. And that's what you got to see. The checking will come. And of course, that's number 23, who we saw earlier.
That was very tough. Chris Aronis looked like he slipped on top of the box.
We don't see him listed on the Austin roster here, Ted.
Anderson was number 23. We just got a note from a Anderson fan.
And that's Anderson, listed as number 44 here in the program. So a couple of goals for Mr. Anderson, junior midfielder.
Anderson, number 23, Anderson with the Austin goal. That makes the score Austin 9, the Red Devils 4.
Tell you, like we mentioned earlier, Steve, the face-off's a big part of the game. Burlington came up with that face-off, they would have been in a man-up situation.
And again, we have a face-off here, and let's see who gets possession.
The long stick midi, Mark Giannoni.
Staying with the ball. Let's see if he can get some help from some of his midfielders. And
I tell you, this
Austin gained possession.
This Austin program's come along since I remember it. I think they're in the similar position of Burlington was 2 years ago. As I remember, they had a lot of sophomores and juniors. Now Austin is basically a senior-laden team.
And we have a push by number 28, Cataldo, senior defenseman.
That'll be a 30-second technical foul. See if Burlington's man up can come up with something again.
Last time you noticed that Burlington wasted no time in scoring, so let's see if they can put a quick one in here and maintain that confidence that they've had in the early going.
Flanders with the ball up top. Works at a 5 Madden. 5 Madden back to 2 Flanders. Flanders with a shot. Shot wide.
Geez, I'd like to see Flanders take a couple more steps in there, Ted. He's got quite a shot. With that velocity and a bounce shot, we should see a couple more goals out of him.
I agree, Steven. Bounce shots are important. Burlington retains possession. That's a big break for them. Aronis will take the ball out wide. Aronis with 2 goals already. Winds up, shoots. A nice save by the Austin goalie. I think he's picking up on Aronis' underhand shot.
Austin goalie walking it up the field over to his defenseman, but it looks like it.
Good pressure by Joe McNeil to make the attackman make a bad pass.
And
nice hit by Bobby Segul.
Burlington maintaining the composure and coming right back to number 46, Segul.
Joe McNeil with the ball has a goal earlier during the game. This quarter.
McNeil scored that nice goal earlier.
Burlington goal so far to date. Oh, looks like we have a fast break situation coming.
Fast break. Let's see how Burlington.
Good hustle by Craig Flanders, senior midfielder.
Oh.
Looks like we might have lost Steven's mic right now. All right, Steve, we got a timeout here. not sure that timeout was on. We had a little microphone difficulties for a second. I believe it was Coach Bebo who called that timeout. It's a desperate situation right now for Burlington, being down 9-4.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Burlington down 9-4. Burlington's goal so far today, Joe McNeil has one, Chris Aronis with 2, and junior Michael Skelton has 1. Yes, I believe that was a timeout on Burlington.
Timeout, Burlington.
Looks like Coach Abibo is going to round up some motion right now. Try to get one last effort, trying to go in, make a couple quick goals, and get this into a tight ball game.
It's nice to finish up strong, Ted, and play a full 4 quarters.
Okay, looks like the referee is going to be on the right side of the field. Ball will start out. The Burlington defensive end. I have to commend the Austin goalie. He's made some really tough saves, along with Joe Cosentino. Joe Cosentino's kept Burlington in this game. I think it would be game would be much more blown out if it wasn't for Joe Cosentino. 9-4 though, still anyone's ball game. We still get some time left.
It's the old step.
Looks like Michael Skelton will start out with the ball in the defensive end. The goalie's having some equipment problems right now with Joe Cosentino. Coach Leahy's on the sideline fixing his helmet, looks like, and Coach Beeble's going over his system right now. Joe Cosentino getting a drink of water. Truly deserves it. Very good turnout, though, for the game today.
Yeah, beautiful night for lacrosse, Ted. I think something these Burlington High seniors will remember when they look back on it. Nothing like a night game on varsity field.
Especially if a lot of these kids, basically only football is the only sport that really gets a chance to play here. Coach Bebo pushed for a game this year on varsity field, and I think his players are grateful for him.
The athletic department, I'm sure, is pleased with the turnout here tonight. Well-behaved crowd.
Could have made some money tonight.
Well, I think that Burlington wants to continue to expose its young people to the sport of lacrosse. A good way to get out in the spring and get in shape and develop some skills.
An exciting game, which is picking up popularity all around the country. It's fast, it's hard-hitting, something the American public likes to see. All right, Michael Skelton picks up the ball at midfield. He's bringing the ball in towards the midfield line. Oh, Joe Costanza with a scoring bid. Shot off someone's helmet, I think.
And it appears that Austin will get possession. So let's see if Burlington can put a nice ride on here. And
Mark Harrison riding
Austin to make a mistake, but a quick pass up to midfield. And a nice check there by
John Hines.
49 Hines.
Tomorrow night, Burlington Lacrosse will be hosting an alumni game. I'm sure you probably won't. It'll be old news by then, but it looks like we're having maybe a little fisticuffs going on there. Referees break it up quickly in Burlington ball.
Always a good time, Ted, to see if any of the young guys can show some new moves to the older guys. So
hopefully we will see that.
Can't remember seeing that happen too much, but maybe with you out in the field tomorrow night, anything's possible.
Bobby's to go with the ball behind the net now. Work as defenseman. Good. 51's playing a 5 game. I think his name's Lee for Austin.
Yeah, I think that Austin has played some great help defense right along, but they seem to be pretty strong in the defensive end, Ted.
Seems, I think the senior lead in defense.
I think that all 3 of them seem to be pretty good as far as checking in, handling the ball.
I think you notice the age difference. Austin has a lot of big defensemen. They're a much bigger team than Burlington. Bobby's goal with a run and jump shot. Missed. Michael Skelton retains possession for Burlington. Settles the ball up. Coach Bebo calls for it. John Hines will bring the ball behind the net.
With a vicious check there by number
Looks like Hines is shaking up there a little.
42.
Except he's calling back for the ball right now.
Defenseman's played in a very aggressive game for Austin. But Burlington maintaining possession behind the net. Hines.
Coach Bebo's calling out a play for one of the motion offense set plays.
He's got his isolation back there. Let's see if he can do anything. And he's beat. Oh, a nice check there by the defenseman, and Hines loses possession.
Burlington,
An aggressive ride, and that's what it takes. Ted is
force him to make the bad
the
pass.
other team that you're going to be there as soon as the ball's given up. Results in a turnover, and Burlington with the ball behind the net again.
There again.
The flag down.
One minute slashing for Austin Prep. Seems Austin Prep has done an excellent job in the slide. The Burlington attackmen are doing a good job beating the original man that's covering. But the crease defenseman sliding. I don't know where his help is on the crease.
I don't know if this is any consolation for this year's seniors, but as I remember the year before we won the league in '84, we had to play most of the season on our own end, and that made our defense top flight, our clear, and our goalie all-star caliber. So next year I think that you're going to see Burlington strong on the defense and hopefully continuing to develop some of those offensive skills.
Burlington offense is moving the ball nicely right now. Chris Rose with another shot wide. Up top, Flanders, Madden, and Aronis, three seniors. Again, I have to credit them. They stuck it out, and they made it through this whole season, and they've been playing tough. Coach Bebo can't be more pleased with their effort. Chris Madden with the ball on the side to Craig Flanders. Back to Madden, shot coming up. One more, maybe to Craig Flanders again. Shot coming, wide. With the backup again. Mark Harrison will take the ball now to Joe
Good to
McNair.
see they're keeping the ball on the ground, Ted, and they're not getting away from that. A lot of times when a goalie seems to make a couple of saves, you get away from your game plan, but the bounce shot's the way to go. And then once you get them thinking on the ground, that's when you knock it up top.
Craig Flanders takes the ball up by himself at the top of the box. Over to Chris Aronis, who has two. Chris Aronis trying to take his man, drop the ball. Loose ball play here. That's an excellent hustle by Craig Flanders. The Austin penalties released, so Burlington once again build on the man-up situation.
And,
a good ride.
An aggressive ride, Ted, and again it results in another turnover, Burlington possession.
From
Almost
Flanders
a
wide.
transition goal.
Seems like Austin right now is not playing to win, but playing not to lose. I think they're just going to try to hang on to their lead till the end of the game. I don't understand why that's Austin's ball. They must have said he's close.
Good to see that the team's riding out the time here and seeing if they can put some more pressure and maybe result in another goal. And we got clear going on here. Big play by the defenseman for Burlington. Who's that number?
56, Tommy Del Solia.
So a nice defensive play.
Excuse me, I think that was 36. That was Scott Emlack.
And we do have Burlington changing up a little bit. And let's see what Austin does here. This is important as far as getting that ball in and out of the neutral zone.
Austin takes the ball. They're just going to try to slow it down right now. There's 2 minutes left now in the game. Austin, being the team that's winning, has to keep it within the restraining box. If they bring the ball outside the restraining box, then Burlington will get possession. A feature added to Lacrosse about 5 or 6 years ago. Try to keep the team that's winning within the box. Keep them offensive minded.
An aggressive play by the defenseman again, Ted.
Scott Emlack playing good defensive game. Burlington ball off the illegal procedure. Stevie Vaney with the ball on the sideline. A tired Mark Giannone comes off the sideline. I tell you, he's played a heck of a game. Worked really hard on that long stick in midfield. Todd Trugy, junior midfielder, bringing the ball into the box. Less than 2 minutes left in the game. Hopefully Burlington can get 1 or 2 more. We'll try here. Brian Segul get the ball up top. And covered by Jeff Caruso.
Very noticeable improvement since we saw Burlington play Austin the second game of the season.
I think, Steve, that'll account for. Austin already had 4 or 5 games on the field at that time, and Burlington only had 2.
So it's great to see the team's made some strides, and I think they're going to be ready for that last couple of games in their schedule. Beating Masconomet once this season, hope for another win by the Red Devils.
They're playing a below 500 active Boxborough team, and they have a perennial powerhouse Winchester who's seeing some difficulties this year.
So another game Burlington could possibly finish up strong with.
It'll be nice, hopefully, especially for the seniors, to see him finish up with strongly. John Hines with a nice play.
Hines.
This goalie, Austin goalie's played an excellent game. Very excellent game.
And are we expecting to see Austin in the tournament, Ted, the way...
Where the record is right now, the way all you have to do is win 59% of your games. And you'll be able to make the tournament. They're trying something new this year. Austin will not have to play Billerica, Lexington, and Winchester twice. They'll only have to play those teams once. So it increases their chances to make the tournament. They did that, and that's the game.
Well, Burlington coming up a little short tonight, but a great effort. Would you say so, Ted?
I would say so, Steve. It was a much better effort than the first game against Austin.
And I think that the aggressiveness in the second half led to a much tighter second half.
And
So,
that's the end of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, with the score. Austin 9, Burlington 4.
there you have it, folks, 9-4. Wrapping up from Varsity Field.
Thursday, May 13th, 1993.
I'm Steve Bebo, and this is
Ted Bebo. Thank you for joining us.